So many people are probably wondering why we got a little bit of a sell-off in the crypto market yesterday, and it wasn't really anything big per se, but we did get into some of these long liquidations like we've talked about before, longs trying to press on the market a little bit too much, and unfortunately a bunch of them got liquidated, pushed BTC price down, it dragged the broader crypto market and ADA down. And while BTC has been kind of flat over the last 12 hours, you guys can see sitting right around that 59K range, ADA and many others in the market have actually bounced back in a strong way. And this is actually very good, right? ADA's up 3.6% over the last 12 hours. You guys can see it's floating right around 34 cents. So we're still looking pretty good here despite this little last night sell-off. And what that kind of came on was some reports that we may in fact get a hot CPI report on August 14th. They're talking about this testing the resolve of the crypto market, may get a little bit of volatility if numbers come back just a little too hot. Do I think that's going to happen? Not really, because when we have talks of recession, people again are slowing down their spending. There's not as much demand in the market. Prices can really only go one direction then. If people aren't spending their money, you typically have to lower prices to make them spend their money, right? So no, I don't think CPI report is going to in fact be hot come the 14th. Now, what's interesting about this as well is institutional money is betting on things getting a little bit better here as well. So what we're actually seeing is big inflows into crypto products, indicating unanimous positive sentiment. So I thought this was kind of interesting because we dealt with some spot Bitcoin ETF outflows over the course of the week. Wasn't really a great week for that, but it was a great week for spot Ethereum ETF inflows. We had some of the biggest inflows we've seen. In fact, $155 million hitting those products over the course of the week. But the big one that I want people to pay attention to is this one right here. Short Bitcoin exchange traded products seeing large outflows. So what they're actually doing is kind of unhedging. They are watching and looking at the data, and they're saying, okay, I think it's time to stop betting against the market. They're pulling their money out of those big short products, right? And this is kind of what I've been saying. You know, you get to a point where the market is so oversold and nobody really wants to sell anymore. And there's usually only one way to head from there, and that's to the upside. Now, as always, this is not a guarantee. This is not financial advice or anything like that. What they're kind of, it looks like doing in terms of at least those Bitcoin products is they're just kind of taking a step back. They're waiting, they're digesting, they're waiting to see what this data is going to come back over the course of the week, and they'll probably make a decision from there. If it comes back good, we're probably going to see some very nice outflows. The likelihood of, again, interest rate cuts coming next month are significantly, not even significantly, they're at basically 100% right now. All right. And that can obviously change. If the data doesn't support it, if there are different things that take place in the market during that time that aren't conducive for a rate cut, then don't be surprised by some chop and some volatility. Same thing if it is a hot CPI report, don't be surprised by that as we get into the week. Now, what I think is also interesting is if we look at what BTC dominance is doing over the past few days, this may be that point where BTC is finally topping in that regard and coming down in a significant way. Now, we have seen this before. We saw this back here in late July before we actually went on an extension and set a new cycle high for BTC in terms of dominance. And there always comes a point, guys, for those that aren't familiar or don't know what I'm talking about here, there's always a point where BTC tops and starts to drop off in a very big way. You guys see that back here in late 2020 into the start of 2021. You guys see that back here in the beginning of 2017. This is, again, the big signifier for alt season. Sometimes it's happened later before, but right now BTC is above trend. It's very much extended because of this just sea of negative news that we've dealt with. But we're now at this point where, again, alts may start to outpace BTC a little bit. We're seeing it over the last 12 hours here, and hopefully that continues to be a consistent trend as we get some good data this week. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.